Jennifer Lopez is Jennifer Lopez. Owen Wilson is Owen Wilson in Marry Me. Now playing in theaters and streaming exclusively on Peacock, aka The Cock. Directed by Kat Corio, who directed Life Happens and While We Were Here. And this was written by 3 different people. It took 3 people to come together to write this monumentally epic screenplay with so many layered characters and tremendous writing. There's no sarcasm in these massive air quotes that I'm doing with my fingers. No sarcasm at all. So what did these writers do? Well, there's Harper Dill, who wrote for The Mindy Project and The Mick. And then there's John Rogers, that I swear sounds like Steve Rogers' weird cousin that you don't really talk about. And it's not like not talking about Bruno. You don't talk about John Rogers. Actually, he sounds like somebody that would be in an off episode of Rawhide. But John Rogers, fitting that I made some cowboy references because he wrote American Outlaws, which if you haven't seen it, well, let's just say it was a cowboy movie that was so goddamn great that I had to look at the cast and actually, look at everybody involved to remember, oh yeah, I watched that, and then I went back to forgetting about it. He also wrote The Core and Catwoman. Yes, the 2004 Halle Berry starring vehicle with her playing basketball against Benjamin Bratt in a very sexual nature in front of kids. And that wasn't even the worst part of Catwoman. He also wrote Transformers and Leverage and Librarians. And then you had Tammy Sager, who wrote for 30 Rock and Psych. And this is based on the graphic novel by Bobby Crosby. This is based on a graphic novel? Is everything a fucking graphic novel now? But yes, it is streaming exclusively on Peacock. Again, also playing in theaters. And stars Jennifer Lopez as... she's Kat Valdez. She's a pop star that also is into acting. And just wants a normal life. She just wants to get out of the limelight and everything. Just get out of the riffraff. Just take care of all this stuff and just live her life happily. She wants to live it with her equally popular pop star boyfriend, Sebastian. And, everything seems to be going great and everything. They've been together for a while. They've got this whirlwind romance. They're just 2 beautiful goddamn people, and they're going to get married on stage at the end of this big, big tour. And everything, love is in the air. And that thing ends up going tits up when video is leaked of, him cheating on her with her assistant. There's no longer her assistant. All this is shown in the trailer, by the way, so there's not even spoilers here. And then we cut to Charlie, played by Owen Wilson, who really is at his most Owen Wilson. And he has a daughter, Lou, played by Chloe Coleman. And if you've seen the movie My Spy, congratulations, you've basically seen Chloe basically at her best there. She tries here. Look, everybody tries in this cast. Everybody really tries. John Bradley's there as comic relief, like he was in Moonfall, that was just recently released, and I pretty much shredded that goddamn movie. And this is basically every goddamn rom-com with either Jennifer Lopez or just any pop star they decided to just transplant into 2022 for no goddamn reason. This movie cost $23 million, and I think $10 million of that went towards Jennifer Lopez's wardrobe. Fucking hell. So it's like The Bodyguard if The Bodyguard was less comedic. And The Bodyguard wasn't a comedy, but I fucking laughed at. I also reviewed that. So let's just find another movie to compare it with, considering we are talking about pop stars or great, great singers, which Jennifer Lopez is a decent singer. I enjoy some of her music, but her music never quite achieved the level where we're like, oh God, she's really that just goddamn great. She's, multi-time Grammy winner. She can sing so many octaves. She has talent. And her acting, her movie, IMDb lineup, whatever, is about the same. Like, she's been good in a couple movies and then been about the same. She's been Jennifer Lopez, in just any movie. Anaconda, this kind of stuff, Made in Manhattan, whatever. And basically, this movie kind of reminds me of Made in Manhattan and Notting Hill had a baby, and then it was directed by Sea Cucumbers and written by something below Sea Cucumbers. I don't know what you can necessarily put below a sea cucumber. In fact, that's an insult to sea cucumbers. This is more like if algae decided to suddenly form a little bit of sentience and write something and direct something. And if you haven't guessed by now, I fucking hated this. Now, I'm not against romantic movies, but seriously, romance can fuck the hell out of my life. I don't want any romance anywhere near me because I'm happy. You can tell how happy I am. I was so goddamn happy wasting an hour and 52 minutes of my life watching this because I thought, oh, hey, it's streaming on Peacock. It can't be all bad. I'm certainly not going to sit in theaters and watch this, and this was one of the most phoned-in, ridiculous, and stupid romantic comedy movies I've seen in a while. Cliche up the goddamn wazoo. And I don't even know how you get cliches up a wazoo. I don't even know what the fuck a wazoo is. I think anything going up a wazoo, whatever that is, would have been more entertaining than this dreck. Every single cliche from, Kat being this popular celebrity and having her boyfriend break up with her, not break up with her, but, doing this cheating thing and it being shown all over the world, her seeing this, and her being on stage when all this stuff happens, to Owen Wilson's character, Charlie, going with his friend, Parker, played by Sarah Silverman, who is at her most Sarah Silverman here, which means it's a give and take, meaning you're going to give a lot of your brain to try and figure out why they cast Sarah Silverman, and you're going to take nothing away because Sarah Silverman is an acquired taste. Can sometimes be funny. She wasn't funny here, but then again, nobody was funny here because nobody was good here because everybody was just trying to wade through all the cliches and all the bullshit and all this stuff, and they were waiting for tonight, to be over so we could take a flight away from this movie. That's right, I know a couple Jennifer Lopez songs. Okay. So yeah, basically she was just playing herself. It's like Glitter, except this might be worse. This might actually be worse than Glitter because at least at that time, you had Glitter, Crossroads from Justin to Kelly, and Spice World a few years before. But at least Spice World was dog shit, but it was entertaining because you had the Spice Girls, and at the time they were mega popular. This was a lot like Glitter in the sense that every single cliche is just hammered into your skull. I would do this, but you're not necessarily hammering anything into your skull with a pen. But this movie could have used several rewrites. This movie could have actually used maybe one person just saying, hey, let's just take a few components and let's just take these cliches, twist them a bit, and let's do something. Nope, let's get 3 writers together, a director who I'm sure was doing her best, and maybe the writers were doing their goddamn best, but when one of the main writers' credits include the core and Catwoman, you are fucked. And the writing actually was pretty close to Catwoman. Now, it wasn't quite that bad because we got no weird computer-generated cats despite the $100 million budget. But nope, we got $23 million and a bunch of scenes of like, these unlikely people having to come together, and maybe it's a marriage of convenience. Maybe it's just to get the media off their goddamn back. Maybe it is to show Charlie that he can live a good life. Oh yeah, I skipped over the part where he went with his daughter and friend Parker, played by Sarah Silverman, to the concert, and he had the Marry Me sign and everything because he was holding it for the daughter. Everybody was just holding this. They were having fun and whatever, and the venue looked like it was both extremely wide open and also very narrow. It's like they didn't understand how to scale the goddamn thing. But since he had the Marry Me sign, she's talking about all this and everything, talking about, taking a chance and everything. Yes, I'll marry you. And he gets called up on stage. She kisses him. They get married live on stage. She kisses him, and it's a whirlwind romance where he doesn't have social media. He has a flip phone, but then he is suddenly thrust into this world that he does not understand and he can't, possibly fathom and everything. And also he's a teacher, a single dad where his first marriage didn't work out and it's kind of jaded him. And we see like the ex-wife for like 2 fucking seconds in the movie. Again, every single bit of every amount of cliche that you could get with this is practically dripping and soaking into this movie and getting to the point where, god damn it, I hated this. And I know that movies like this, you don't necessarily need to invest a ton of emotion in, because they're supposed to be whimsical, they're supposed to be breezy and whatever. The problem is when you've seen a movie like this so many goddamn times, and there's no element of danger, there's nothing new, there's nothing, even somewhat positive, like a bit of a spin on it. It's just the same cliched malaise dreck. You can't help but just feel, why the hell is this movie being made? And genuine question for 2022, why is this movie made? The music in particular is absolute shit. It is some of the worst goddamn pop music I've heard in a while. And I like pop music. And Jennifer Lopez has done some good songs. Not great songs, but she's done some good songs. I think she just basically said, fuck it, I'm going to phone it in. I'm getting a few $1 million for this. Let me just phone the whole fucking thing in. And that's basically what she did. They try to make their characters endearing, but they do this thing where they get together and then they have to work backwards and try and form these characters. There's nothing like, hey, we could establish these characters a little bit and do some stuff, and then maybe do this, and we can make the movie a little bit shorter. No, let's stretch this motherfucker out to 1 hour and 52 pissing minutes, when it probably should have been at least 15 minutes shorter. This movie had no business being over 90 minutes. Because everything just gets kind of hammered into your skull. Oh, Charlie just wants her to be happy. Kat, at first was just like, well, maybe, this could actually work. She's telling her assistant, Colin, played by John Bradley, who isn't in over his head. He just doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like he gives two hoots. He's trying to make it work. She's got jerks in her camp, as far as, like, people to assist her and stuff like that. There's also Jimmy Fallon clips. Throw the whole fucking thing away, as far as I'm concerned. Nothing against Jimmy Fallon as a person, but I loathe his show. Seriously, I don't think you understand how much I can't stand that show one bit. He doesn't come across as, I don't even want to say genuine. I just don't like him as a late-night talk show host. But they do all the media stuff and whatever, and then more stuff happens where, will they stay or will they go? Will they, go their separate ways? As Journey once said. So anyway, yeah, let's get into spoilers here. Let's just get into some spoilers. The spoiler section will not take very long, but yeah, this is cliche and mundane and bullshit, and I can't stand it. Also, Jennifer Lopez isn't any more outside of her comfort zone than usual, and Owen Wilson is playing the same character he's played in any movie like this for 20 plus years. Spoilers. Yeah, it's on Peacock if you want to watch it. Spoilers. Okay, so that Bastion guy, after cheating on her, tries to come back into her life. Charlie and her grow close during this time, and then she doesn't want to be with Bastion. Leaves and decides to go be with Charlie. Charlie, by the way, is trying to get his daughter to get over her stage fright, be part of this math elites, math Olympians, Pythons thing, which actually, the number pi, that's actually pretty creative. I will give them that much credit. And he wants his daughter to get over her stage fright and everything, and win this whole deal. Well, all this whirlwind romance stuff is happening. She's a big fan of Kat, and also they have a very lazy bulldog that has no teeth. And the bulldog's the most fleshed out character in this goddamn movie. And it just sleeps. It generally just sleeps and looks miserable because that's what bulldogs kind of do. It's like their life is fucking, and they live in existential pain. It's just amazing. But yeah, the bulldog just lays there. And, well, eventually Kat and Charlie get together. And they're all happy. And then everybody else gets together. We see a montage of credits where people are together. Okay. Fucking God. F. Gets an F. Gets a fucking F. That's it. That's literally the only spoilers right there. It is so goddamn stupid. Yes, again, breezy and fun and whatever, and rom-coms can be that. I didn't mind Letters of Juliet and a few others. I have praised other rom-coms, recent rom-coms. This was stupid and cliche and derivative and bullshit. And I hate it. I was actually thinking, people got paid to write this? They didn't just pull the draft and say, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not trying to make this better? Yeah, it gets an F. It's a fucking F. Watch it on Peacock if you want. Watch it on the cock. Marry me to the cock. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.